Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 62. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday here in Cincinnati, and it is sort of cloudy, but the sun keeps peeking out from behind the clouds as I'm sitting here recording this with my eyes closed, because that's how I always record these, so I'm not distracted by what I'm seeing in front of me. It's like the light behind my eyelids is sort of dark, and then there's like this sudden burst of light that comes through, when you have your eyes closed and the sunlight like burns your eyelids. It's like that. It keeps going from sort of gray to this really bright light that I can see. And so I'm curious, because when I was preparing for this specific episode, I haven't been able to get a title. I was trying to feel like, what is it I want to share? There's lots happening, and it was a busy morning, and I wasn't sure, like, what is the message for today? And what I am hearing or sensing very clearly is today you scribe in the fullest sense. You show up with no agenda, no title, no idea of what is meant to come through, and you simply allow love and light to move through your voice, to move through your being. That's sometimes really scary for me, because I like to have a little bit of a plan or some idea of what is going to be shared, and the message today is clearly like, there is no plan, there is no agenda. You simply show up and you hold this vibration really steady. So the vibration feels like purity, white light, just this sense that all is well, all is calm. There is so much energy moving on our planet, and so much unknown. When I was meditating, I was trying out different titles, and I muscle test words when I am checking to see what the right theme or vibration is for this space. I muscle test all the time, and if you don't know about muscle testing, you can watch my video on my YouTube channel that talks about it. But it's basically a way of just validating your own truth and using your muscles to do that. And I used my right hand with my fingers, and I kept muscle testing, like, yes, no. And one of the titles I came up with was Never Again. Star and I had a little run-in this morning, because I opened up some boundaries for him to play outside, and he wasn't ready for the boundary to be opened as wide as it was, and he ran away for 2 hours, and it was an emotional morning. And so when I was finally bringing him back home on a leash, what I kept saying was, never again will I do this for you, never again will you run free. And I could feel how fear was so dominant in my body that I was going to the extreme, right? I will never again feel this much fear and worry that you're getting hurt, that I can't find you, that you're out of my sight. Like, I can't ever go through this again, so I'm just going to lock you up and keep you inside and never let you go. And that contraction of fear, it can grip us. It can hold us when we're in the space of the unknown, when we don't have the answers and we're trying to make sense of what we are doing or experiencing. Sometimes we throw that blame back on ourselves, which is what I was doing. I should never have let him off the leash. What was I thinking? That was so dumb. I know better, but I thought he was ready, but he's not ready. And who am I? And what a bad pet owner. And although I hate the word pet owner. What a bad family member, right? I didn't take care of him. And we can heap all of this junk on ourselves, and it comes from fear. And I was feeling all of that today, and so my reaction was to go to the absolute. I will never again do it. And when I meditate, we came back home and I gave him a bath and cleaned him up because he was muddy from rolling around in all the little streams. He had the best morning of a long time. He had such a great morning. So when I sit here and I look at the fear, it's not true. It's not true. And putting a lock around things or an absolute around things, it doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve my beautiful, playful, funny dog who wants to go explore the woods. It doesn't serve to be in fear. So I meditated until I came to a place of calmness again and releasing all of that fear. And what I felt as I was just sitting, running energy and breathing, moving the fear out of my body in ways that I have practiced over and over, so I know how to do it. I know how to run the fear. It's something I'm familiar with. I know the difference between fear in my body and love and trust and acceptance and excitement for the future, and I know the difference. And so when I sit and I run the fear out and I come back to calm, as I say that, my eyelids are filled with white light again because the sun pops out right as I'm talking about the higher vibration. Literally the sun is coming in through my eyelids. That's what I sense when we move from fear to love, when we consciously choose to clear fear out of our space and return to love over and over in these simple little moments, as simple as, this situation with Star. It plays out in bigger ways all the time in our lives. It happens in our relationships, in our, work, in our health, in our finances, in our safety and security. We're constantly being offered the possibility of moving fear out and coming back to love. And what I was feeling as I was just sitting here running that energy and tuning into how much better for me it feels to be in a space of love and trust. I kept sensing this white light coming in through my eyes. So perhaps white light is an energy field that is always available to us. I have heard so many healers and hypnotherapists and Reiki masters and so many beautiful, wise beings, souls will describe white light as a healing tool. They will literally, and I've done it in my energy healing sessions with clients many times, healers call in this pure white light to rinse the fear out of our bodies. Perhaps a way to visualize it also is like salt spray or saline mist. That salt is white, and when it dissolves in water, it becomes pure, clear color, but it still has the vibration of white. Saline solutions, when we rinse our bodies with saline, it will rinse out the infection, it will rinse out the illness, it will bring the body back to a state of optimal health. And so what if light does that same thing? And pure white light allowing that into our energy field, our human bodies, it cleanses fear. It runs fear out of our feet and lets us come back to love and trust again. So that's what I'm sitting here feeling, holding space for in this moment, is just literally running white light through my body so that I don't say never again to my beautiful dog. And I don't create these mornings with all of this anxiety. You know, we need boundaries sometimes for ourselves, for others, to be able to hold an energy field steady and secure. My dog's favorite place, I've shared before, is in his little crate, and it's tiny. It's a little crate. And then he loves his home where he can wander around, and he has his favorite spots in his home. So for me to just give him the wide open woods with no boundaries, perhaps, you know, he's not quite ready for that. But saying never again doesn't feel good. So, yeah. So we do it in smaller phases, perhaps. All these lessons all the time. I know it's not just me going through this, and I am sure there is a match for you that is playing out in your day in your own ways. So I simply show up in service, scribing this message from Source, from Gaia, from God, from love, from consciousness, from whatever energy field whatever name you use for this universal energy field. For me, I call it Source because that is the original place from where all energy comes. And the message I get in this moment is white light. Simply allow white light to run through our bodies and heal the places where we feel fear. And move that fear out, because it serves to teach us. It doesn't serve to stay in it and contract and become smaller. That does not serve. So yeah, I think for just a moment I'm just going to feel this energy of white light. I'm visualizing literally like this field of pure energy coming in through my crown, my chakra, and then just running slowly, almost like a laser. If you can imagine a big white spotlight or laser light can just run from the top of our heads. We can all do it in just a brief moment. It can't hurt. It can't hurt to have white light, because I've been sitting here feeling it for a little bit, and it feels so much better than fear. So just visualize perhaps a spotlight from outside of you, just beaming like purity and absolute acceptance and trust and faith and hope and love. Like beaming that light from your crown chakra and slowly lasering down through your body, you know, body part by body part. So you can go from your head down through your neck and your shoulders, and it's just clearing any fear out of your body. And moving down through your heart chakra and down through your arms and your chest and your stomach and all your organs of your digestive system, and then all the way down through your hips, running down your arms and your hands into your second and first chakras, rinsing out all of the gunk that we hold about how we're not safe and blah, 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 blah. We'll just rinse that out all the way down through our legs, which carry us forward in life. And then just lasering all of that white light straight down through our knees and down through our calves. And imagine the spotlight landing right at your feet and just shining brilliantly, this white light on your feet. And it can just rinse away any fear, any doubt, any worries, straight down into the earth. So your feet just choose to release that toxic energy out. Yeah, and then notice how much better your body feels. You can listen to that part a few times and just rinse and rinse and rinse and repeat. and allow love to expand. So thank you, Star, for the lessons that I continue to learn from your energy field. It is quite the journey. Thank you for tuning in to today's vibration. Let's take this message of pure love out into all of our communities and continue expanding love here on Gaia. So much love from my heart to yours.